Hey, what's up everybody? I just wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be doing book reviews on the books I've been reading. It's something that I was recommended to from Tai Lopez. He's a big entrepreneur guru, and I think it really helps to synthesize the information. I think reading's great. I've been doing it for the past year, and I can't tell you how much reading the past year has transformed my life. I read a book about every 2 weeks, and I'm shooting for a month. I'd recommend maybe starting at 5 pages. I used to read 5 pages every other day, finish a book in 2 months. Then it turned into 5 or 10 pages. I'd finish a book every month. Now I'm finishing a book between 1 and 2 weeks. So anyway, the book I just finished right now is called The Power of Now. Fantastic book. I think I have to recommend it at probably inside my top 3. Usually I like to read a book and it takes me a little bit to really synthesize the information. I don't think I could really call it my favorite book for a couple of weeks. I think I like to process that information, and the first step is sort of like consciousness, and then you sort of see the changes in your behavior over the next couple weeks and months, and then you sort of get to this unconscious level where you actually really apply that information you learned into life. So this might be the best book I've ever read. It's definitely in my top 3. Other books I recommend: One Life and How to Win Friends and Influence People. Anyway, the only books I read are self-help books. I don't read any fiction. They're all entrepreneurial related, happiness, meditation type books. They're all self-help. I don't read anything other than that. And I'll tell you, I can't believe how much they transformed my life. So anyway, a little bit about the book. It's written by Eckhart Tolle. He went through this big transformation, enlightenment in his life at the age of, I think it was 29. And he has spent the rest of his life transforming others' lives. The book is written in sort of like a question and answer format. He goes over a brief introduction of sort of what the power of now is. When I first picked it up, I actually thought the power of now meant like being action-oriented and go, 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 go. And that's really not it at all. It's more of an enlightenment, meditation type book. I think you really have to be open to it. It's something that I think if you're not really open, truly open to it, you're gonna throw it down and not really get the value out of it that you could get. Something if you're big into meditation and yoga, I think this will have a lot more meaning to you. I think this is going to be a book that I probably reread again. It was great, and I think at my stage in life, it was just the book I needed to read. It was fantastic. So what he means by the power of now is really that there is no past, there is no future. We have what we call these pain body emotions. Every experience, every pain that we experience is some sort of thought in our mind. We sort of have this ego and these voices in our head. For example, if I told you purple elephants, there's no way that you didn't just think about, at least for a split second, a purple elephant. That picture of an elephant popped up in your head. You didn't really have any control of it. It just happened. And we think we don't have much control over those voices in our head. But the thing is, we do. Or at least we can learn to quiet them and become at peace within ourselves. Enlightenment and happiness sort of come from the inside, not the outside, not from these external things. There's a quote really quickly, it's my favorite one of the book that I'd like to share. Imagine the earth devoid of human life, inhabited only by plants and animals. Would it still have a past and a future? Could we still speak of time in any meaningful way? The question, what time is it? Or what's the date today? If anybody were there to ask it, would be quite meaningless. The oak tree or the eagle would be bemused by such a question. What time, they would ask? Well, of course it's now. The time is now. What else is there? There is nothing else. We are here today. Any thoughts in your head, your ego, your voices in your head that you can't seem to quiet or tame are all memories or anticipations of the future. You are stuck inside your own mind, and you have to learn to control from in here, not in your mind. The mind is a thing of its own. We can't control the thoughts that go on our head. We have to learn to sort of observe them as they come by. They sort of just float by, and we observe them, and we say hello to them. It's hot out here while I'm filming this video, and I just smile and I go, okay, it doesn't bother me. It's just we're here now, Who cares? It doesn't matter. And sort of once we acknowledge that, we sort of create this gap in the mind, this stillness, this really inner peace. And it's going to be something you're not used to at first. It's going to take practice. I think the best way to practice it is through meditation. And you sort of become one with the world, true nature and beauty and you know, you really start to see and hear the world for what it is. Forgetting about the thoughts of yesterday and the anticipations of tomorrow. The problems of the mind cannot be solved by the mind because the mind is the problem. So when I say things like pain body experiences, I mean every negative piece of energy in your life, your job, the fight you had with your boyfriend or girlfriend, your bad grades, depression, pain is all in your mind. It's a thought. Be here now. Forget about the rest. Tame the thoughts in your mind. This is you. This isn't. This is where you are. You are not the thoughts in your head. The thoughts in your head sicken and disease you to the point where you think you are associated with them. You've become the pain. You become angry, depressed, anxious, poor. That's not you. You know deep right here inside that you are a happy, great human being. Once you get to that point, you realize there is no suffering, there is no pain. It sort of just crumbles and you acknowledge it. And those thoughts come and they just drift away. They crumble away and you are still here. You're right here. There is nothing else. It's like consciousness transmutes all pain. The silence and stillness within you is the only beauty and love that you really need. You don't need it from anything else. So anyway, I can't recommend this book enough. Please read it. Take little breaks in the day. Try to become still and at peace with yourself. So focus on the now and try to identify with the present. And trust me, your life will fucking change. You can buy this book on Amazon. It was $4, $5, $6, I forget. I think I actually bought it on eBay used for a couple dollars. It's a fantastic book. I can't recommend it enough. Thanks for watching, guys. Please feel free to subscribe, give a thumbs up, email me if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.